And it looks like we're at 1 o'clock. I hope everyone is gathered and ready. We're going to get together. Elizabeth, do you think we're good to go? Should we give it a few more minutes? What do you think?
Let's go.
All right. I love that positive attitude. Let's do it. My screen is already presenting. I'm going to present these
While we go,
slides.
everyone, Jake and I are here to answer your questions in the chat while Chris talks. So,
And Elizabeth answered a great question we had earlier from somebody who was asking about us versus Donor Perfect. And I think Elizabeth had a great answer. She also shared a great blog post. What I would say to that, too, is we have a great set of tools for supporter engagement that also do not require any sort of monthly subscription fee, or any sort of commitment. So oftentimes when you're signing up for something, you're spending thousands of dollars and you're committing to use them for a year. And with us, you can come and go, use which tools work for you and which ones don't. And I think that's a great thing to just sort of highlight. And now on with the presentation. So welcome to Online Giving Campaigns for Giving Tuesday and every occasion. Your speaker today is the shyest member of the GiveSignup team, myself, Chris Newcomer. I'm here. I'm a sales representative, so you may have heard me calling you, asking to hear how your races have gone, asking to hear how else you're fundraising, because I just want to talk to you about these great tools we have, and these ones we're going to talk about today are pretty fantastic. So our agenda for today is we're going to talk about online giving and the role of donation forms and websites in a complete fundraising strategy. We're going to talk about donation forms and how they encourage easy giving with our donation forms and e-cards, which I really love. We can talk about we're going to upgrade to a full donation website for year-round giving. I'll do a little demo of how to set up a very simple donation form in a few minutes, and I'll also show you how to upgrade that donation form, and I'll also show you a fully cooked donation website. It's going to feel a little bit like when they make an enchilada on the Today Show with Kathy Lee and Hoda, and I guess it's not Kathy Lee anymore. But anyway, you get the idea. So you've got to we'll pull out the fully baked version at the end of the program. And then we'll talk about some campaigns for Giving Tuesday and beyond, different ways people are already utilizing these tools to maximize their fundraising. At the end, if there's time, we'll have a little thank you and questions and find out what else you need to know. And as Elizabeth mentioned, she and Jake are also doing questions throughout via the chat. So let's get started. So online giving is a part of a complete fundraising strategy. So why online giving? Well, online giving is increasing as a percentage of total donations, especially for smaller organizations. And you might ask why. And here are some reasons. So with the advent of peer-to-peer fundraising, crowdfunding, and Facebook fundraisers, people are comfortable donating from their devices. I've done it more in the past 5 years than I ever had before, I have to say. And online giving captures the donor in the moment. Their mind is with you on that cause right there, and they've got their phone in their hand and they can just do it right there. So it's a great place to capture them. Online giving options are also easy to share, and they can really expand your reach. I really like these percentages on the right. You can see it really demonstrates, large organizations, it's about 10%, medium organizations also around 10%. But smaller organizations, it's almost 20% comes from online giving. So it really is a great tool to utilize if you can as a smaller organization. So 28% of online contributions were from a mobile device in 2020. I mean, that is the world we live in. People are on the gram, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, and then they're also contributing to your do-it-yourself fundraiser via their phone. So it's a good thing to maximize and use. Here are our simple online giving options. You can have the donation forms, which are ready in minutes or built to last, like our donation websites. So as for donation forms, they can be built and customized in minutes. They're perfect for time-sensitive asks and simple email campaigns. They're clean, simple, and easy to use to limit frustration and ensure the donation is complete. I'm sure you've all come across that if you've got an overly complicated form or something that provides a roadblock where suddenly someone was in the giving mood, and because they've had a frustrating experience, suddenly their wallet is closed. So we don't want that. We want to make sure that folks are able to complete the giving process. And of course, it's branded for your organization, and everything with us is always free because you can always pass on those processing fees. Now, if you're looking for a longer term kind of thing, you can do a full donation websites, which are ideal for longer campaigns, a permanent location for general donation, and you can even house multiple donation forms and campaigns there. So you can also accept, I like to highlight this, you can also accept recurring donations at these spots, which is really great. And beyond multiple donation forms, you could have, as I'll show you later, you can have a site that hosts a donation form, a do-it-yourself fundraising campaign, and a place to accept year-round. So it's really very, very helpful. And once again, this is also branded for your organization. You can bring your own domain or subdomain. It's customizable to tell your story, and as with our donation forms and everything else, always free. So let's get started talking about donation forms to encourage easy giving. So donation forms are one of the most important elements in the online giving process. So a clear and simple donation form improves the donor experience and helps you raise more money. Chaotic forms hinder the donor experience and leave your supporters feeling frustrated. With GiveSignup, you can create easy donation forms on demand with custom branding, flexible giving options, donor-covered fees, unlimited forms. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but it's all free. I know I have not hit that point, but it is free. And I think it's a really great tool. You look to the right, there's a great example of the Giving Tuesday form where they're using both levels, and they're also using our use designations. So at the top, you've got 10, 35, 50, and 250. And you can see just above it says $10 is paying for 30 meals, $35 is paying for 105 meals. So you can really use these levels, even just on a basic donation form, to show folks where their money is going. Now, you can also upgrade to a donation website for year-round giving at the snap of a finger. Oh, I was glad that worked. I was not sure. My hands are a little sweaty. Worked out. Okay, good. So for the donation website, you can think of your website as a vehicle for storytelling. So when done well, your donation website can be a primary stream for raising more money. Because it really is all about storytelling. I mean, I don't know about you, but that's why I've been involved with nonprofits in the past, because I connected with the story they were telling, with the mission they were on, with the community they were supporting. So if you are using our tools to tell your story in the most completely branded and specific way, it really can do nothing but increase your donations, I think. And of course, GiveSignup offers free and flexible donation and fundraising websites that are easily built and managed, easy to create, and I mean, goodness, one more time, free to use. So this is a great tool. As you can see to the right, we've got one of our donation websites, an example of what that might look like using the cover page right there, which I really love. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So now I'm going to do a little bit of a demo. I'm going to show you how to create a simple donation form. I'm going to customize that form very slightly, show you what it looks like. Then I'm going to upgrade that form and then magically show you the end product of a fully formed donation website. Can you still see my screen? Just making sure I'm in the right.
Yes.
Fantastic. So if you were to get started, you would go to givesignup.org right here. And you go to this button right here that says Get Started Free. And here you can find all the options you have with us of what you can build and when you can build it. What you can build and the different options, I should say. You can build it whenever. It's always free. So we're going to click on Donation Form, as that is what we're creating. Now I'm going to create a donation form for one of the fake organizations I've created for many demos I've done, possibly for you or your colleagues, but definitely I've been using this organization a lot. So if someone from the Philadelphia Theater Collective comes asking you for money, that's just me trying to fund my trip to Maui, and you should not fall for it, because I should go there on my own merit, right? That's exactly right. All right, so let's put in Philadelphia Theater Collective. Make sure people know this is a test, so I'm going to put in test 4. Don't want people accidentally donating. I'm going to put in my contact, chris@givesignup.org. You can also use that email if you have questions about fundraising or doing other kinds of fundraising events. That's how you can reach me. Let's make a Giving Tuesday donation form. So Giving Tuesday for Philadelphia Theater Collective, I should say. Yeah, the collective is fake. The company is real. So if you go to there, they actually have a great season this year, I think. We're going to start accepting donations today, and we're not going to put any sort of end date, because that can, why would you limit yourself that way? Let it stay open as long as people are willing to give. Here's where, if you planned ahead, you might pull some information over. Since it's just a Giving Tuesday form, and I wanted to show how easy it is, I'm just going to type in, please support PTC for Giving Tuesday Once again, typing on a live Zoom, nothing more terrifying except jumping out of a plane. Okay, great. So now I'm even be able to, I can highlight it. I can really get, I can use the great tools we have here to make it look pretty good pretty quickly. Also, I can adjust the amount of donation frequency. If people want to donate one time, monthly, quarterly, I can give them all those options. And the donation levels are already built in as well. So you can offer people certain amounts when they come to that donation form, donation page, and you can name those and give them sort of levels of importance. And so let's name these bronze, silver, gold, and iridium, which I'm not sure if that's a real element, but it is in one of my video games, and it's better than gold, so it's going on this form because that works for me. And I'm going to click here because I'm going to skip the contract since it's not a real form, and let's create donation form and continue. Here's where you can include your organization's branding. I'm going to bring in a logo that I have pre-selected. Here it is. It's going to give me the option to resize that logo to make it look just right. Great. I'm going to come down here. We also have a Learn More button, so you could redirect people back to your website. So I'm going to put in www.ptc.org, but I wouldn't click on that. I do believe that is some sort of oil company. I'm not really sure, but don't give them any money either. Here's as well, you can pick the color scheme for your organization. Now, PTC, our regular website, is more of a red and black kind of thing. So I'm going to use one of these. I'll click fall, but actually, you know what? I'll do a custom color scheme where I can choose the primary color of the first one, which I want to be red. So I'm going to pull this all the way over here. I'm going to pull this up there. And I've now chosen the exact color I wanted. I could also use this little dropper tool. If I had the logo right by it, I could pull the colors direct from my logo to make sure they matched exactly. You can also put in the hex codes if you have those. Whatever works for you. This works for my colorblind self. Whatever works for you is best as well. Let's save that color scheme and save and continue. Saving and continue. Oh, they're good. Very good. Okay, great. I'm not going to attach a payment account just yet, but if you had one, you'd come to the payment account section right here. If you had a previous RunSignup payment account connected to your nonprofit, you could put it there. This is also where you can decide how the processing fee is dealt with. It can be paid by the donor. It can come out of the charge. You can split it both ways, but you can always include this great language right here. Make your donation go further by covering the processing fee, which we think is fantastic. So we're going to cover it because we've seen, best case scenario for tickets and registrations, you can add it on, but most of the time for donations, it's good for the organization to take on the processing fee and give folks the ability to cover it, because about half the time they do, which is really great. So I'm going to save, but I'm going to go to test mode, and I'm going to enable test mode. Save this. Save the setting. Great, and hit continue. Congratulations, I have created my first donation form. Let's quickly go to my dashboard where I've created a couple of these you'll be able to see. So this is what it would look like if you only had a bunch of donation forms and hadn't yet upgraded any of them. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to pull this down arrow and hit edit form, because I want to just add one little thing, which is I want to add use designations. So I can also enable e-cards here, but I'll show you that a little bit later on our main site. But I want to hear this button right here, add use designations. So I want to add 3 different use designations that actually match the main site. So outreach, and I could put in details about what our outreach team does. Education, I spelled education correctly. There's a joke in itself. Okay, and the discretionary fund. Now, all of these, as I mentioned, I could put in more details about them, but since we're in the interest of time, we're just trying to show that you can do this. So let's go and hit save. Wonderful. Let's go back to my donation forms, and I'm going to go look at this thing I've just created, which is test 4. Let's view, where did I put that? Let's view that form. Great. And here it is. This is what we've done very quickly in just a few minutes. And I've got all my levels here: bronze, silver, gold, iridium. I can give monthly or quarterly. I can dedicate my donation. I've got all of those things I just put in. Looks great. Now, if I wanted to upgrade that form, I would come up here to this thing that says free upgrade next to that little diamond shape, and I would click free upgrade. upgrade for free. And it would take me to our full donation website form where it's pulled some of our information. Here's where I've got our full sort of big ask right here that I'm going to pull and put into our donation form info. I came prepared for this. Except now I can't find it. Where is it? There it is. Okay, great. I'm going to put that right in there. I can upload our logo one more time. And there it is. I can include a link to our external website, to our Facebook page. In the interest of time, let's skip all that and start upgrading. And now we could have a donation message. I'm just going to put, please support us. And once again, here's where you could put in those donation levels. I like the ones we had before: bronze, silver, gold, and iridium. Wonderful. Let's save and continue. And back at the test site, so this is where you, because we haven't yet attached a payment account, it's going to keep asking us, but for now we'll use test mode. Enable test mode, save the setting, continue. And all of that, I mean, that really, a total of maybe 6 minutes it took to create a donation form, then upgrade that donation form. And we can go to the dashboard, yes. And let's quickly see what the simple version looks like. So this is the simple version of our Philadelphia Theater Collective website, which looks lovely, has our messaging. Now I'm going to show you what you can do if you've got maybe an extra hour to really put into this thing. So here's the full Philadelphia Theater Collective donation site with correct coloring, branding, images. At the top you can donate, which is of course the main thrust of it. But down here we've got a donation form for their COVID-19 Emergency Response Fund. Here you can set up your own do-it-yourself birthday fundraiser year-round that lives on their donation site. Also, because I've turned the cover page on, you can embed YouTube videos of people perhaps giving a testimonial, or this weird video of me singing from a million years ago that I'm not going to make you watch, but it pops right out and pops right back in, keeps you on the page. Also, you can include your goal as well for fundraising. Now, very quickly, in the last few minutes, I'm going to just show you the donation process on our site so you can see our e-cards, which are one of my new favorite developments we've got going on. How am I doing on time, Elizabeth?
You have 3 or so minutes to spare.
Oh man, 3 minutes to make a donation. I wonder if we can do it. I think we can. All right. So here I've got a different, apparently I went with different level names: fan, patron, supporter, benefactor, show sponsor. Let's go crazy. Let's be a show sponsor. And let's do it one time. But you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to dedicate my donation to someone. Let's do it on behalf of Grandma, because Grandma always told me to love the arts, and I do. Let's send her an e-card, and oh my goodness, what? We have all these wonderful designs we can choose from for you in honor of. And look at this one I created on my own using our branding and using Canva, so you can include your own specialized digital e-cards to send to people's friends and family to really make sure that they know how they're being supported and where their loved ones are spending their money, and which is really great. So I'm going to write for you. I'm also going to use it because Grandma really cared about education, so we'll do it for the education. Continue. And right there, I'm right at the end. Look how seamless that was. There's no crazy forms. The make your donation go further by covering the processing fee is already checked, which we love, because that's that nice little, you have to uncheck it to not cover the fee. So that last little, gentle elbow to the ribs to say, come on, be a good person, cover the processing fee. It's a good thing. So I'm going to put in our fake credit card we have on our test site, which always makes me feel like a Vanderbilt. Let's see. Great. And I'm going to click that, pay now. We're coming in under the wire. It's going to be just a whole 20 minutes. We've done it. And look at that. My donation is saved. And now I'm being told to share via Facebook, to share via tweet, to share via email with my friends and other people in my sphere that I have supported Philadelphia Theater Collective. Oh, and then I forgot there are some examples to tell you about as well after this. Let me go back to that very quickly and we'll get through them. Thank you so much for bearing with me, folks. Okay, great. So here's Giving Tuesday is a simple donation form can be a key element to a successful Giving Tuesday campaign, but you can use online giving campaigns for so much more. You can do an anniversary campaign, as the Tonality has done for their 5-year anniversary. So if you're trying to celebrate, show your organization's been around for a landmark amount of time, you can use a donation form to show a wide range of donation options, a clear goal and timeline, simple and easy to make a donation, and you can also recognize the top donors as they've done over here. You can do a memorial fund, which is so wonderful, as the Seashore Striders have done. It's personal and targeted campaign following the loss of a running club member, and it gives multiple options for which running club programs, which running club program to donate to, which is really good. They've used the use designation things down here for that. And also, what year-round donations. I mean, this is the best part about these permanent donation websites is you can always on for donors who are ready to give now. Their purple circle donation level to motivate it motivates people to do recurring donations. That's built into the level. It's also heavily branded, and there are consistent donation forms with all their other places on the internet, which is a smart thing to do to make sure that folks feel like they are working with, a real deal organization. And we did it. We got through the whole thing. And I didn't think we could, but we did. And I'm proud of us. Well done, Elizabeth.
We actually don't have any questions, so you're perfectly fine on time. You're 1 minute over, fashionably late.
Okay, fashionably late. Sounds like me.
We have a 9-minute break until our next presentation. So I did put this in the chat, but if anybody does have any questions in between, you can put them there, and we'll grab them during the break or in the next session. And then we're going to be back at 1:30 with Vince's presentation on DIY and peer-to-peer funding. So
fantastic. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this rocket ride to donation forms we've just been on, and I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon. Thanks.